provided. Why don't you go to Central Illinois' leading online source for local news, Police Blotter, for the record information, obituaries, and more on your desktop, laptop, iPhone, or smartphone, DeWittDailyNews.com.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It is brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guests in this segment of the morning show, Bobbi Perryman, Executive Director of the Warner Library. Happy New Year, Bobbi. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing all right. And Mel Snow, Children's Librarian. Hi, Mel.
Hi, how are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for coming in, ladies, and talking with us. And so my mind was blown right before we got started. The library has a pet now, Mel. What in the world is going on here?
Yes, we have adopted a 2-year-old bearded dragon from a rescue out of Decatur's, Copper's Friends. Thank you so much. They've been very helpful. So yes, we just adopted her last week, took her to the vet, and now she is on the children's floor as of this morning at 9 a.m. So we're hoping people will come and visit her.
What prompted adopting a bearded dragon?
Well, it's something that I really enjoyed when I was in school, grade school. I had a teacher who had a hamster, and I got to take her home for the summer and just loved it. Thought it was so fun. We all really enjoyed going back to school to see the hamster.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping we're going to lure in some more kids a little bit with
All right.
with having a pet, and also just promoting literacy among kids. Come read to the bearded dragon if you're having problems reading aloud, or just encouraging that in another.
She's not judgmental at all.
Non-judgmental. Yes.
But venture a guess. It's a great way to, like you said, get kids involved, get them into the library. So why a bearded dragon, though? What prompted, like versus a hamster or maybe a cat or something like that?
Sure. We did a lot of research on small animals. I would love to do a cat, but cats, allergies, litter boxes, there's issues with that. And then I read a article in the school library journal. I think the title was "Move Over, Library Cat, the Bearded Dragon is here to stay." So it's all about how bearded dragons were great library pets, how they were low maintenance, and so far we have found that to be true.
Yeah.
So,
Low maintenance, longevity there too. Like, if I'm not mistaken, they live a long time.
8 to 10 years on average.
Okay.
So, and she's only 2 now. So
Longer than a hamster.
Yeah,
Yes.
longer than a hamster,
Yes.
longer than a hedgehog, longer than the alternatives that we were looking at.
A hedgehog, that would be interesting.
Yes, but they don't do well with high energy, high traffic places, so that was not going to be so great. But our bearded dragon, she sits, she hangs out, she's a great listener.
She loves sweet talk.
Yes.
Really?
If
Yes,
you
she
sweet
does.
talk her, she'll just kind of look at you and blink her eyes.
Tilt her
and
head.
Oh, okay.
She's very responsive. to
Really?
that. Yeah.
Really? Okay. I see now. I pictured just like, whatever, I don't care, I'm here, like that sort of thing, but responsive to that
Yes,
type
she
of thing.
is. And
All right.
we're not going to allow children to handle her because there are potential issues with that.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I was able to pet her, and I was just petting her top of her head. She's had her eyes closed and just enjoying
How about that?
it.
All right.
So more personality than I was expecting.
Yes, they compare them to dogs. They're very dog-like. They bond with their owners. They like to be pet. They like to
Okay.
cuddle. They
Yeah.
will learn their names.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Going to have a lot of names to learn if you're going to have kids reading to it all the time.
Yes,
So.
yeah,
But
that's
like a
true.
dog, they probably love that stuff.
Right,
so the more the
yeah,
merrier.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, do we have a name for this bearded dragon?
Not yet. So as a staff, we have narrowed it down to 3 names, literary children's names, characters. So we're hoping that the whole month of January, our patrons will come in and help us decide which name fits her best. So we have 3 names. We have a ballot box. We have a voting booth. We have I voted stickers. So please come in and cast your vote and let us know which name you think suits her.
When does voting wrap up?
The end of January. So we're
Okay.
going to give
You
you
might
the
have
whole
said
month.
that. I apologize.
So no, you're fine. We have the whole month of January, and then February we will announce the winner.
All right. Very
Yeah.
good. So looking forward to that. You mentioned,
Yes.
Mel, not only a chance for maybe some therapeutic, things for the kids to get comfortable reading aloud, reading to someone or something, but also going to kind of fall in line with your plans for the summer reading club.
Yes.
Enlighten us.
Yes, we're very excited. This is my first time hosting summer reading for the community. I'm very excited. We've got a few small changes, and one of the things I'm really excited about is the theme is read, renew, repeat. So it's a lot about conservation, recycling. So we're going to use her as an example of how to her habitat, conservation of the species. They're actually from Australia, and they no longer export them because that's where they should be living. So talking about that a little bit and tying that into our summer reading theme will work beautifully.
Nice.
So,
Very good. Very good. And now, Bobby, you were also telling me a patron had made a generous donation to kind of help with medical things and that sort of stuff.
So we have a patron who's actually in North Carolina, but originally from here, who had contacted us and one of the volunteer genealogists for help with a research project she was working on. And of course, our staff helped her, and Betty Adcock helped her a great deal. Well, she wrote us a lovely letter thanking us for all the help and giving us a $500 donation to use however we see fit, which I thought was extremely generous. So we're very grateful. So we're actually going to be using that $500 for the Bearded Dragon's care, and the vet that we use in Champaign also donated some time.
Yes, All Animals Care Clinic donated some of their time for us because we got her from a rescue, and they like to encourage that.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
We've had some wonderful support. We had a donated tank as well, so we've had some wonderful support of us getting the new pet.
You talked about the adoption process. Do you feel like this is a good opportunity to promote adoption of animals? Be it cats, dogs, that sort of thing?
Well, always adopt. That was something we really wanted to do when we got the pet. It wasn't something we wanted to buy from anything. So we looked into local shelters and things like that for things that would work for us. Had a hard time with usually it's dogs and cats. Smaller animals are a little tougher, and especially once we decided we wanted to go the reptile route. But then I was able to find a local rescue out of Decatur, and that's what they do. They rehome unwanted reptiles.
Cool.
They give them a good place to stay until they can find them a forever home.
Sure.
And so I was really happy to find someone local.
That's awesome.
That we could help.
How cool. How
Yeah.
awesome. Good
Yeah.
stuff. What did I miss in this conversation, ladies? Anything that we want to put out there?
I don't think
So yeah, please come and visit her.
Yes, please come visit
she
her.
loves people.
She loves people. Yes,
Where's she at in
She's
the
on
library?
the children's floor, on the counter at the children's desk. So
Okay.
you can't miss her if you come upstairs. We have the voting booth set up there at the table, so you can come in and cast your vote. Get an I voted sticker. The three names that we have it narrowed down to are Bingo, Luna, and Ramona. So
Nice.
those are our three names.
Those are going to be good ones.
Yeah.
No matter
Yes.
where you land.
Yes,
It's going to be solid.
I think we'll have a good option no matter what.
That's awesome.
So,
Now, I know and I don't mean to pry, the library doesn't close for long periods of time, like maybe a day or two at the very
Right.
most.
Correct.
Can she just kind of hang out there? Mel, will you take her home? Like, what's the plan?
yes. So luckily, the Children's Floor staff has been beyond helpful with it. But yeah, she can go 24 to 48 hours without eating. We give her a big full meal, but I will come in and check on her. We also have video. I have a blink camera set up on her to watch her temperatures and see what's going on and monitor her. But I also live very, very close, so it's easy for me to run over and check on her as well. So.
Yeah. Now, that adds, the conversation of like cost for food and stuff. But, obviously it doesn't have to eat a lot.
No, so that's the other thing. So she only eats 1 to 2 insects a week, and then other than that, she gets like salads. And so, yeah, it's really, and she doesn't eat much. And right now we got her during the winter where they're eating even less. So
Gotcha. So what's she into? Caesar salad, Olive Garden salad.
it's actually kind of specific, like the ones that you should give her. Like it's like mustard greens and collard greens,
Right,
but you shouldn't
right.
give them a lot of spinach or kale. So there is some dietary restrictions, but like the vegetables, you can kind of do the whole gambit.
Nice,
No
nice.
onions or garlic. Lots
Yeah.
of, fruit you do sparingly, but
Cool.
it's salads.
Yeah, have they talked to you about like enrichment things? Does she need enrichment or anything of that
Cat
nature?
toys, like I get her out. She
Really?
gets baths. Yeah, she.
What?
Yeah, you can even buy skateboards for them.
What in the world?
Yeah, they have cars.
How big of a like area does she live in?
So it's the tank that she's in now is I think 5 feet, 4.5, 5 feet, and
Oh, wow.
she's about 18 inches long. And then they don't think she's going to get any bigger. The vet said that she should be full size. So She's still got quite a bit of room, and I'm always switching out what's in her cage so that she can have different enrichment. We got her a hammock. We got her, she's got a rope. She's got driftwood.
Oh my gosh. I feel like we're talking about a cat or a dog here, you know?
She's got her rocks.
She's got her rocks that she basks on.
Oh my gosh.
Because that's the thing. You got to keep it temperature controlled because she's from Australia. So she's used to a certain humidity and she's used to a certain temperature.
So funny.
It's been a learning experience for all of us.
How fun, though.
It's so fun.
How fun. That's amazing.
I'm like, I can't believe this is my job.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly. Adopting iguanas or bearded dragons is what it is. Sorry. Oh, man. Fantastic. I can't believe it. That took us up to a break, ladies. Holy cow. Mel Snow and Bobby Perryman with the Warner Library, our guests in studio. More to come with them on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
We are celebrating winter here at Baum Chevrolet Buick. This is Scott Baum in Clinton and Farmer City. Start the new year off with a new Chevy Silverado. We have the right Silverado to get your hauling and towing jobs done, like our 1500s, 2500s, and 3500s in gas or diesel with several trim levels, custom, LT, LTZ, or even high country. Celebrate winter today. BaumChevyBuick.com, right from the start.
The WHOW Morning Show is now video streamed live on the WHOW WEZC DeWittDailyNews.com Facebook page and on the new WHOW TV YouTube channel. Watch Morning Show host Seth Lawrence interview guests live, as well as watch archived video podcasts of any interview you missed. Whether on Facebook or YouTube, we're providing 2 more ways that Central Illinois' local news station, WHOW, delivers compelling content for you.
DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air and online 24 hours a day. The latest local news stories are heard every hour on Central Illinois' news station, the Big 1520 AM and 92.3 FM WHOW. Stream live at DeWittDailyNews.com. They're also heard every hour on the station that's your easy choice, 95.9 FM WEZC. And to read the latest local news on your electronic device, including tablets, iPhones, and smartphones, go to DeWittDailyNews.com. DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air, online 24 hours a day.
Find out how you and your family can save up to 40% on the meat, produce, and grocery items you use every day by clicking the Clinton Save-A-Lot icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Peterson Insurance Services in Clinton is a 2014 Pekin Insurance Illinois Agency of the Year. Jay Peterson here from Peterson Insurance. Find out about Pekin's auto, home, or life insurance by clicking on our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Now, again, our guests in studio today, Mel Snow and Bobby Perryman with the Warner Library in studio with us. And Mel, I venture a guess your floor is going to be hopping with the addition of your new bearded dragon, which we'll get a name on officially, I think, when we talk next month.
Correct.
So that's going to get people up into the children's floor, and as they make their way up, what kinds of things are coming up in January?
We've got a lot of fun events going on in January. We've got a new STEM activity, make your own snowflake out of miniature marshmallows at the back counter. We have a new scavenger hunt, a new bulletin board. And then as far as programs go, tomorrow at 3, we have tie-dye socks for our youth group. Story times are taking a break for the first 2 weeks of the year. So the last 2 weeks of January, we will have our story times on Wednesdays and Fridays at 10. But I'm really excited. On Thursday, January 18th at 5, we are doing our superhero night. And that's a family event, and that is we are getting some superheroes from Heroes of Legend cosplay out of Decatur. So they are actual superheroes that are coming, and they're going to be at our event. And we'll have photo opportunities, some obstacle course activities, and some superhero things. So please sign up for that as well. We're very excited.
And again, the when and where on that is?
That is Thursday, January 18th at 5, and that's on the children's floor. And we would like you to call and make reservations for
Okay.
that one.
All right. So keep that in mind. Anything else
Yes.
coming up in January for you?
I'm also really hoping we've got a teen event that I'm looking forward to. It's at the end of the month, Wednesday, January 31st at 4. We are going to be meeting in the YA Lounge to paint bookends. So I'm hoping to help kind of revamp our YA Lounge a little bit, get some feedback from our teens about what they'd like to see in there,
Okay.
and then have them help us decorate it by painting the bookends that we have in that section.
All right.
So making it their own, they can come back and see it and point it out to their friends, and it'll be there. Hanging out.
Very
So,
good. Very good. So, again, where do folks keep up with the latest for you, Mel?
vwarner.org, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And they can always give us a call at 217-935-5174 or come visit us at 310 North Quincy Street in
Easy
Clinton.
enough. Easy. You need like a children's floor, children's floor of the library Facebook page or something.
We should do that. You know, we're trying to do some more stuff with our Instagram posts. So we'll see what we can do.
Very good. And speaking of the bearded dragon, Bobby, this isn't the first library pet, which I guess I didn't realize.
It is not. So, and long ago in the days of yore, when I was a child, I remember in our old building, we had a guinea pig. And I remember as a kid coming and seeing the guinea pig and just being fascinated by it. And we've had other mammals, but the ones that I remember most are dearest to my heart is we did have cats. We did not let them out where patrons were because, again, allergies, and we have allergic staff. But we had Mr. Misty, Buttercup, and Precious were our cats who lived in our tech services workroom area, and they were all rescues, all local rescues from Second Chance Pets. And we love when you were stressed out from just a long day, nothing like going downstairs and visiting with them because they were all cuddlers.
Nice.
So it was nice having them.
Sure. So library, no stranger to the animals
Nope.
being around.
And most of us on staff are animal lovers anyway.
Right. Yep. Very good. Very good. Well, Bobby, as we wrap things up here, about 5 minutes with you yet still this morning, let's kind of put a year in review, I guess, on 2023.
Sure. So we don't do our big stats because our year runs July to June, but we still find some fun things for the end of the year in December. And we actually did a Your Reading Wrapped for the end of the year. So our top adult book, and I was a little bit surprised by this, our most checked out book was It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover.
Big year for her.
And usually, because our other ones were The Locked Door by Frida McFadden, Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus, Forever Never by Lucy Score, and then It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. This is that first year I can remember that there wasn't a James Patterson in the list. And I was very surprised.
Yeah.
And in YA, there were some good classics like To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han, The Ballad of Songs, Birds, and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. which is a lot of
YA
fun.
is
Young adults.
Young
So,
adults.
Young adults.
sorry.
Yeah.
Library
Yeah.
So teens, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then no big surprise. Our top book for kids was Fetch 22 by Dave Pilkey, which that's the Dog Man series
okay,
by the
sure.
author of Captain Underpants. And most of our top 10 were Dog Man books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But also some Diary of a Wimpy Kid in there too, and Fluffy McWhiskers.
Okay.
Cuteness Explosion. It is a wonderful picture book about the cutest cat ever. And you
Okay.
just can't handle how cute this cat is.
You see him, you explode.
Oh, okay.
He's that
Gotcha.
cute.
Yeah. All right.
And we did have over 38,000 visits to the library in 2023, which was great.
Now you were telling me you can pin down like a number that people like the money they save by utilizing the library.
And I literally just got this in my email from our library system, so I haven't tabulated it quite yet. But the most that any one of our patrons saved, we had one patron who saved $9,798 by checking items out from the library instead of purchasing them. So just to remember that your taxes are definitely, there's a return on your investment there.
Yeah. Well, and obviously that speaks to why the library is important. I mean, we don't need to go to the bookstore. I mean, it's fun to go to the bookstore and buy books.
absolutely.
Not trying to say it isn't, but to utilize the library for all those reading needs is immensely helpful.
Yes, and not only can you check out books at the library, you can check out movies, especially since we don't have a video store in town anymore.
Yes.
You can come to us to check out Blu-rays, check out DVDs,
And video games.
and video games. games.
That's a big one.
And we've been really amping up our Nintendo Switch collection.
Oh, okay.
So
sure.
we have a good, and we've started with PS5, but we have a lot of PS4, a lot of Xbox 360, and Xbox One.
Yeah.
So we try to have a good variety of things, especially since people can't always go out of town, that they can get here.
Is that digital media pretty popular, like the movies, the video games?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Especially the video games.
Definitely.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Wow.
And now since there's no other option really in town to do it, you know, if you don't stream or if it's not available on streaming services, what do? You buy it or you can go to your local library.
Yes.
Well, and that also goes to the point of when these movies, these video games, these books are coming out, are they going to be at the library that day when they...
Yes.
Yeah.
For the most part,
yes.
We get things, we actually, especially with books, we're able to get them pre-released so we can get them ready to go. So come release day, they're on the shelf. Or they're on hold for the person who's placed them on hold. And just a reminder, we always put out lists of what's coming up. We keep them on our website and at the circulation desk. So if you see, next month there's a new movie coming out that I want to see, we can go ahead and put your name on it now. So you're already in line to get it.
Sure, very good. Bobby, I know you like to put out what's kind of coming out in the next month. Anything like I don't know if you have that list available or like what's coming up at the library.
So again, not any James Patterson.
He's taking a break.
He's taking a break. So we do. January is kind of a slower month for new releases. I know the big ones that I was excited about are Disney is finally releasing a bunch of their Disney Plus shows on Blu-ray. Okay. So like The Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 and Loki, WandaVision. So if you don't have Disney Plus and didn't have a chance to watch these and you want to, you can now get them from the library.
Nice.
So I'm very excited about
that. Awesome. How do folks learn about all things Warner Library?
Well, again, you can come and visit us in person at 310 North Quincy in Clinton. You can give us a call at 217-935-5174. Visit our website, vwarner.org, and look for us on all the social medias. We do most on Facebook, but we're also on X, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest.
All right, very good. Plenty of ways to follow the library. Ladies, thanks once again for coming out. Happy New Year, and we look forward to another year of interviews with the folks from the Warner Library, our guests in studio. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton.
WHOW.
SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason. Ukraine's two largest cities have come under Russian hypersonic missile attacks. Ukrainian President Zelensky says 4 civilians killed, 92 others injured. Close to 400 people on board a Japan Airlines plane. It caught fire on the runway of a Tokyo airport, safely evacuated the aircraft, no one injured. The jetliner apparently collided with a Japanese Coast Guard plane on the ground. Immigration, an issue of growing importance for voters from both parties, the finding of a new AP NORC poll. A New Jersey mayor says buses of illegal aliens bound for New York are being dropped off at train stations in his town so that they can catch a train into the big city. The death toll from the powerful earthquakes that hit west central Japan has risen to 55, 16 others seriously hurt. The Dow down 37 points. This is SRN News.
From the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Seth Lawrence with this local news update. The St. Louis District Dairy Council is reflecting on the last year and a program that was really a big hit and has a lot of momentum going into 2024. Monica Nyman with the STL Dairy Council indicates the fiscal year has wrapped up for the organization, which means they put a bow on the previous year and start planning for the year ahead. The mobile dairy classroom with their Dairy Cow Daisy was a huge hit this past year. Nyman indicates she was set up at the state fair this summer and made visits to classrooms and youth programs across the state.
Last year, I could not believe that we are rolling over again. The mobile dairy classroom was a big program.